Some people said Bloxal was taking artists' jobs. What if I told you it was doing the exact opposite? In this episode, I'm gonna face the hate and reveal how this tool might actually save your creativity, not replace it. This is Bloxal, an AI-powered Minecraft texture generator. I'm going to show you just how this works. I just typed in ancient items as a prompt, which this system is going to then send to 4.0 to then further enhance this user's prompt and send it to another image generation model, which is then going to extract the textures, because I'm actually making this far cheaper by generating 16 Minecraft textures per prompt. It also gives the user a quicker way of, creating variant textures if you want to find the perfect item faster. For example, I could type in something like medieval diamond sword. It could generate 16 different medieval diamond sword variants, and I can choose the best one. And of course, we have the texture editor over here, which I'll show you in a second, which we can then load the texture into. But here we go. As you can see, we have 16. Oh, this is a great feeling. I made this website come to life. I visioned this months ago before this technology was even existed to make something like this. I worked towards it, and you have to understand hours and hours of staying up late to make something like this happen. And I know it seems simple, but I'm not someone who knows a lot about coding. I just have a lot of experience in Minecraft, and starting my journey of building Minecraft mods, creating a tool like this, it makes things so much faster. So what we can do is actually favorite all of these. If you favorite a texture, you save it to your generated textures, or else you're just going to lose these textures. But yeah, it's going to favorite all of these. That way we can see all of them in our favorites tab over here, and we can go ahead and select any one we want and load it into the editor. So let's take something like this one right here. Oh, and we've got more errors. We did a lot of major updates earlier, so there's some things we still got to fix from that. Don't worry, it's going to get solved. Replit did exactly as promised, and now we have a working editor as well as a preview section. Now, there is one issue. As you can see, compared to the editor, the preview here, there's like a weird lighting difference. I've tried to solve this a few times already. This time I'm going to use ChatGPT's help. So look at the difference between the actual texture color in the editor and the preview. So we need to get one more screenshot. So now I'm going to say it's a website I'm building in Replit. Tell Replit how to fix it. And I'm literally going to use ChatGPT to prompt Replit. If you hate me, you hate me. If you love me, you love me. This is vibe coding. It's about vibes. Boom. So now we're going to take this prompt, and we already have context pictures here. We're going to select this for a little bit more context. Also, we're going to mention only for the first 3 tabs of the preview. Hopefully it understands, because for some reason this works perfectly. It looks just like the editor does. Now, my plan for the editor is to move these buttons to lay vertically right here, because I feel like that's a smoother transition. You're kind of moving back and forth right here anyways. You don't want to have to scroll. So that's the plan. I also want to add maybe like a select and copy sort of intuitive tool as well, because it would be nice to be able to copy and duplicate and rotate textures. So that could be cool. For now, we just have this move tool, and we got an eraser, a draw tool, a fill tool, and a color picker. So you can kind of, fix the textures quickly, rename them. This looks like a donut, so I'm going to call it a donut, even though it's like a ancient ring, and we can favorite it. I'm actually going to favorite all of these. So if we were to generate like ancient blocks, let's say we're making like an ancient Egypt mod or something, like, the ancient Egypt mod I'm building. There's still plenty of things I need to fix on Bloxal, and if you ever think of a feature that would make Bloxal even better, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your feedback. One thing I'm curious about is if it's a good idea for me to make it so when the user generates textures, the chat history persists, or maybe for like 30 days or something. I don't know. I kind of like keeping it clean and new and fresh each time. You save the textures you want, and you can come back to your home, go to your My Textures, and view them right here. So I do need to make it so when you click here, you have the chance to bring them back into the editor instead of having to go to the studio, favorites, and then clicking them right here. I mean, I guess it's not terrible, but I just like the idea of making things streamlined, clean, fast, efficient, optimized. Oh my gosh, it fixed it. Finally, with the help of ChatGPT. It looks like the preview is fixed. Thank you, ChatGPT, for prompting Replit perfectly. Must have gave it some sort of solution in the prompt. I didn't even care to read it because ChatGPT 4.0 is smart, and I'm a big fan. And I didn't realize there's a lot of AI haters out there, but We'll talk about that. I started Bloxal to help creators, but the internet said I'm replacing them. Listen, guys, AI is not here to replace artists. In fact, true artists will be able to use this as a tool to further enhance their art. Why do you think I came up with the idea for Bloxal? There's a lot of steps I have to learn and still jump through for this to actually become a reality, but we've made a lot of progress. I told you I would tell you why I made Bloxal, so let me tell you. For the last couple months, I've been using Cursor AI to build my own Minecraft mod. This is a dream of mine, and through this whole process, not only have I learned more about Minecraft coding, but I've realized there's systems that could be potentially developed to help everybody be able to make Minecraft mods. And that's why I've started Bloxal, starting with automating textures. Listen, if you're a creator and you're short on time and you want to make a Minecraft mod for a video, having a tool like this can be game changer for you. You're outsourcing the coding to someone else and you can give them this tool to save them time, therefore saving you as a creator money. If people don't want to use this, they don't have to. If they want to create things from scratch, they can, but this is used to inspire. And honestly, oftentimes when I find I use tools to inspire myself, even if it's AI, I realize I can actually grow further than I potentially could have if I didn't, and explore other sides of creativity that I otherwise might not have. I've been playing modded Minecraft since I was 12 years old, and being able to create my own Minecraft mod using AI is absolutely game changer for me. And it's now opening a whole world of possibilities. And if you've ever coded a Minecraft mod, you understand how difficult and how many layers it takes just to add a simple item to the game, let alone give it effects and abilities. And you know it becomes even more complex when you try and add entities to the game with animations. This is just one step in the automation pipeline to be able to use your own imagination as you would coding, typing, but rather into a prompt and letting AI agents actually do back-end coding. That is the goal. That's phase 2. I'm going to need probably help getting there, but for now, we've nearly finished Bloxal. I want to launch this as soon as I can. I'm taking you along for the journey here. You know, using AI to generate a vase texture is not such a bad thing, is it? Especially if you're trying to build a mod that has thousands of items. Any help is welcome when you're a developer already running into all sorts of issues. Listen, I haven't even been coding for that long, and I realized that any sort of tool that can help you get the job done quicker is just that, a tool. And if you want to use it, it's there, great. If not, you don't have to. Some of these I completely textured by myself from scratch, and others I've used AI to generate. I'll give you a chance to try and figure out which you think is which. Now, I know you saw last episode that sometimes it didn't generate the best textures. Well, in a second here, after replit's finished, I'd love to show you just how good this can now generate textures. Again, guys, I've only been working on this for about 2 weeks on this specific project. But when it comes to actually trying to figure out the right system to use, I've been trying to develop this technology for months because I ran into this issue where all of a sudden I want to implement an item into my game and I need a texture. And it's fine, but when I need to add 50 items to the game within a week so that I can make a YouTube video within another week and then upload in another 2 weeks, it's already a month before a video comes out. Anything I can do to automate and save me time is welcomed, and that's really why I created this tool. So I'm curious what your thoughts are. If you still have feelings like, this is dumb, I don't like this, then please share them below. I want to hear your guys' feedback, of course. This is my first product. I'm trying my best here. I don't really know anything about marketing, sales. I've never done something like this before, other than the fact that I have a YouTube channel with millions of views. But when it comes to launching products, it's a mountain that is very difficult to climb alone. I feel like a lot of us are on this solo dev journey, and it's kind of nice to be able to create a community. I'd love to hear what you guys are working on. Currently, I've been updating the admin dashboard functionality. I've got some really cool ideas in mind. One thing about Replit is when it comes to implementing, for example, a subscription, it doesn't always connect it in multiple places right away. It takes time. So if you wanted to be able to control it as an admin in the dashboard, or make sure that the user sees an update to it in its profile or in a different part of the credits page, etc. All of those things all have to be connected, and sometimes it takes a while to do that for all these different aspects, especially if you want to be able to control everything as an admin, which I feel like is an important step to take. Really what I want is to make tools that optimize the world, and just I want to do things that help people, and I'm starting by doing things that I know would help me. But yeah, let's vibe code, man. This is all about vibes. Here currently I am working on this new page that is actually being managed and updated by the admin, but unfortunately it didn't get the correct plan description settings right, so I'm gonna have it fix that, as well as this button is white until I hover over it. Obviously that's an issue. We got to fix that. And there's also no way to really exit this page, which is kind of cool. Lock them here until they buy something. No, we're gonna add a back to home button. Thought about adding the nav bar here, even though it didn't do that, and then I was like, you know what, honestly, it's clean, it really guides your attention. I didn't ask it to recreate this page in this style, but it did, and I'm not mad about it because I actually left this Wondershare page open because I liked how it was set up in this style. But we do need to offer the freemium plan somewhere, so we might have to add that here. Okay, so it might have created an extra pricing page that we don't need. I honestly don't know, because we do already have this page. So pricing is going to take you to here. It started with ultimate plan, or do we want it to just go straight to here? I honestly feel like I would rather switch to this style. So you're going to see me vibe code through an absolute mess of a transition with this pricing page. I have a feeling this is going to be a little bit harder than I would like. My goal here is to create a frictionless experience. So the less clicks the user has to do to actually buy something, the better. And right now we have to click pricing, then click that, and then make sure we have what we want to buy selected. Let's go ahead and screenshot Wondershare. See if we can sort of match their style here. All right, let's see if we can one-shot prompt this feature. Now, when it comes to integrating Stripe and PayPal into all of this, I've tried to watch a few videos, but because I haven't officially launched this to its domain name, I haven't actually got past adding a website name to my business. And honestly, I don't really get how that all works, because if you have multiple businesses or multiple websites for your business, like I don't know, but we're figuring it out as we go. We're trying our best here. While this loads, I actually want to thank a lot of you guys who left a kind comment on the last video. Some of you said you were willing to support this journey of mine, and honestly, I really appreciate that. Also, if you want to see me document this mod, it's going to be out on a video soon, but if you want more behind the scenes type video, let me know and I can post that here. Otherwise, the main video is going to be posted on a different channel, and if you find it, you find it. But yeah, this is the Ancient Curse Minecraft mod I'm working on. But anyways, back to the website devlog. A lot of times while things are working in Replit, I will just start interacting with ChatGPT. Hey, are there any new AI tools, things I could use for Bloxal? Agent AI, a professional network for AI agents that assist with tasks like company research and website conversion optimization. All right, that's pretty cool. Lummy AI, a platform providing royalty-free stock photos generated entirely by AI. Okay, we're gonna go to a new tab and ask it, what are some cool GitHub things I could download and use for my website Bloxal? Open Devon automates coding tasks and gives Replit-like interface powered by AI. You could use it to bootstrap texture tools or future plugins. That sounds cool. I don't know if that's a real possibility. Okay, looks like Bloxal actually completed an update here. Okay, I'm so excited. It one-shot this, right? Pricing. Oh! It made it worse. Oh, yeah, yeah. All right, we're going to go back to here and roll back. And what we're going to do, instead of having a separate pricing page, I'd like to make the functionality of the admin. Okay, so hopefully it will remove this initial pricing page, and it'll be like we had initially planned it. Really, what I was doing was updating the admin dashboard when it went ahead and did that without me asking. So yeah, you can see this credit management section right here, where the admin can actually create custom packages, which it did a very bad job creating this UI. I was really vibe coding when I did this. I was on my phone on the couch half asleep, and I was not testing anything. There's a lesson right there. You probably don't want to be doing that, especially when you're this far into your project. Here is a list of a bunch of things that still need fully fixed before I am ready for launch. And this is only a very small list, but we've been slowly completing it. The biggest thing is the credits need to be updating properly. when admins give them credits in case something messes up in the transaction process or something, and the admin needs to go ahead and give a user more credits. We really have polished the editor experience. The final thing we could do is maybe add a few more tools to the editor and perhaps take a look at the UI, maybe do a few more adjustments. Other than that, it's just about nailed down. All right, it completed adding the API integration for fetching subscription plans. And it says with fallbacks. I don't know. Generally, when it says with fallbacks, it means it's using the fallback and not the actual data. But right now, we don't have any actual subscription data necessarily other than the description and title text. So we haven't fully integrated with Stripe or PayPal yet. That is a whole road I am a bit intimidated to tackle, but I know I just need to execute this first project to completion, no matter the results. And hopefully that will allow me to, in the future, get out more products easier and quicker and with a better understanding of how to actually accomplish releasing web apps. Again, if you're a developer working on any projects, I would love to hear what you're working on. Just let me know. And are you using Replit? Are you coding it yourself? Are the vibes up? Are you upset? Are you mad at this project? I'd love to hear some feedback in the comments below. Yeah, I feel like Replit has been a little bit slow lately. I don't know if that's because I've been using it so much, or if it's been gaining a ton of users, or if it's just the AI, or if my project's getting increasingly larger, therefore slowing down the time at which it can actually gain context on it and execute whatever prompt I'm having it work on. Yeah, when it removed the pricing page, it made it so the pricing button in the nav bar returned a 404 error. So we got to fix that and make sure it's taking us to checkout. Okay, so I'm noticing an error when I try and purchase a package. There's no package found, which, you know, I don't know how this is going to work, or how we can allow users to buy credits via PayPal or Stripe, or if we need to create a package for literally each credit amount. I hope that's not the case. I really hope that's not the case. Okay, these are the ones that we can edit as an admin. I see. Vibe coding's fun because oftentimes you're almost like exploring features you added. The AI added. Like, oh yeah, I did that. Obviously, this page needs fixed. As you can see, there's no sidebar, which means we can't really get back to where we were on the admin dashboard. Now, I wonder if this add package functionality actually works, because I'm seeing this credit package right here and it says 100 credits. When we were on the checkout page, I noticed it just said credits lowercase. So is this actually connected to the checkout page? The errors in the console log also indicates issues with the credit payment API and Oh yeah, so right here it says the errors in the console logs also indicate issues with the credit payment API endpoint that needs to be fixed. So yeah, you can see these aren't connected, which that's the whole point. They need to be connected. The admin needs to be able to control what sort of credit packages are being offered at any time, you know? So in case we want to offer deals or anything like that, we can go ahead and do that. Now, I haven't added dark mode, which is a developer no-no. So I'm going to do that once I've sort of completed the majority of the site, which we should add to our unfiltered ideas. This is a Google sheet I like to have just to get quick ideas down. Dark mode. So it's updating the checkout credits page. Okay, so I just got a comment on my last video from a potentially major Minecraft modder in the community, and he also teaches kids how to mod. And basically his standpoint is that something like Bloxal isn't needed, and that the learning curve to code mods is actually a good thing, and having people pay to use a tool like this instead of paying artists is actually a terrible thing. That's what they think. That's what they're saying here. And I really truly understand where they're coming from. It's to sit there and say, because people now can have the option to use the tool like Bloxal, is a detriment to artists and a slap in their face, is, in my opinion, ridiculous. You're being way too considerate about the artist's feelings than the user who wants to use this tool for their own personal reasons. For example, they said they feel like, yeah, this tool could be useful for YouTubers or big mod companies to save them some time, right? But they said, but I doubt they're really strapped for resources anyways. That is not true at all, okay? YouTube creators and mod creators come in all sizes, and them being able to explore different content ideas via an easier tool is not at all a bad thing. If people want to dive into modding and deeply understand Minecraft related code and how to do that all, that there is nothing in the world stopping them, including Bloxal. Bloxal will not be stopping those people. They mentioned a kid going into their class and saying, hey, why do I need to learn this when I can just type into AI and Bloxal can build it for me? And to that I say, that kid poses a very, very good question, a very smart question. You can only learn so much and spend so much time learning certain things. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, this is a tool, man, and I think you'll find plenty of artists out there who appreciate this tool. That's a powerful statement. Artists out there can appreciate this tool because it can give them a baseline to start with. It can save them time, allow them to actually quickly create their own businesses and monetize selling item textures and block textures and streamline that. If you're out there and you haven't worked with AI a lot and you're from the Minecraft community, I can understand why you might not like AI. But let me tell you this, AI is an extension of humans. So Replit says it successfully fixed the credit checkout page. Maybe it has, but I don't know if this is quite updating correctly. So I'm going to say double check these credit packages are updating with the admin dashboard. Let's go to the admin dashboard and let's go to credit management. And it looks like, honestly, the UI page didn't change. Then we're going to give it a screenshot using the snipping tool for context. And what I like to do, because sometimes the screenshot gets taken as a reference image to go ahead and like reference and recreate that style, but we don't want it to recreate this. We want to tell it the image shows the error. And I found that has helped Replit better understand that the image is not a reference image for context. In fact, it's an image that shows error for context. Okay, so I realized that the admin page credit management section is actually updating the pricing subscription plan descriptions. And if you go on the landing page, that's not right. That's not what we have on this pricing page. So obviously it's getting confused between the subscription packages and the credit packages, which I thought could be a cool bonus feature to add in case I ever wanted to just offer special credit packs. So hopefully Replit will vibe code its way into solving this. I would love to give my admin a little bit more control by being able to just go into an edit mode with a toggle and click on stuff and just edit it and tweak it and update the site as needed rather than having to go into the code to update stuff like this. So I'm going to ask Replit to go ahead and implement that and we'll see how it does. Oh, I'm noticing I can't actually reach the update button when I go to edit a subscription plan. And I also realized one of the issue we were having was I updated the credit package right here instead of updating the subscription plan. So I think if we switch this, but I can't actually update it because we can't click the button. So we're going to have to fix it so that it resizes. So Pokemon fan Mario left this comment on my last video and he's taking this stance, right? Now, this is just such a basic stance to have in my opinion. If you have this stance, I'm not saying you're a bot because it's a valid stance to have, but it's just, I feel like it is a bit closed-minded and you're stuck in the past. These are moving times. You need to get with the times. And there are people getting with the times, like for example, this guy right here. Literally that guy 1211 is arguing and is taking my perspective on this and backing me up here, saying reading Kotlin for fabric documentation is boring. Reading documentation at all is boring. And if this AI project goes forward, that step could be entirely skipped to get to the midway or end goal of any mod, which is great. Saves time and effort for the developer so they can spend more time on quality stuff like items, mobs, and other features without really needing to bother with the code that holds the entire mod together, and even make quicker updates to the mods. This is a good project that could potentially save time, money, and effort for developers with no real reason to hate. And Pokemon responds saying, reading documentation is boring and I don't want to is the most harebrained take I've ever had the displeasure of reading. If you can't handle reading, then you clearly haven't progressed beyond elementary school. Sorry for me hating on AI slop that devours millions of gigabytes of artistic effort and worth to produce absolute garbage. Not to mention that AI code is riddled with bugs, has no coherency if built up beyond one single file. That statement right there is a clear showcase that this person is simply here to hate and prove their stance rather than being open to the idea of this. This is not true. AI code might have bugs here and there, but the power of AI vibe coding is way progressed, building up beyond one single file. Sorry for hating on complete trite that will clog up an otherwise fine enough community that is more than willing to help you out if you seek out the resources. If you seek out the resources, this is supposed to be a resource. What am I supposed to do? Go and ask people to work for free if I don't have the money to hire artists? What am I supposed to do? Like, listen, this is a starting point to get a person from A to B quicker. They can use this as a tool. I want to know what you guys think. Are you leaning towards Pokemon fan Mario's stance or that guy? That guy goes on to say, yeah, I'd much rather waste 4 hours of my day reading some garbage online instead of asking ChatGPT. This is the whole point. In a world that is progressing with AI, which we're supposed to be using as a tool to help us, right? Save time, which is very finite and valuable, right? There's gonna be guys who need to fully understand how every speck of code works together to formulate things like Minecraft or servers. But for the most part, there's gonna be a whole consumer level market of coders or developers that are now able to use AI to do things like build Minecraft mods or websites. And you have to understand that what that's doing is enabling the kid who doesn't have much experience coding to use their imagination to bring an idea in Minecraft to life. A fun mod for their single player world, or a cool mod for them and their friends to enjoy. And for them to have to go and spend hours and hours debugging code when an AI agent could bring their imagination to life in a few minutes, that's valuable. That is a step towards the future of unlocking more creativity. Like, for example, if there's going to be a certain amount of people going out into the world who are never going to learn to code but liked Minecraft and wanted to mod, we would be missing out on those mods as a community unless we have a tool like phase 2 of Bloxal that can actually bridge that gap for those people. It's just a certain market of people. It doesn't have to be everyone, which is why I think taking the stance like Pokemon fan is just, it's understandable, but I just don't think it's the future. Anyways, let me know what your thoughts are. Currently, Replit is hopefully fixing things. I noticed we have an error on the users page on the admin dashboard, so we're going to try and give it some context here. Inspect element, I feel like, is something that I wish could be just one button, insert all this into Replit for context, but I feel like that would be really cool. Maybe a Chrome extension or even built into Replit would be nice, because that context does help solve issues. And just to sort of continue talking about the whole, like, is this ruining like Minecraft modding creativity? Like, dude, me and my friends hung out in Discord and we built this staff. What I'm telling you, I would have never been able to implement this into the game if it wasn't for an IDE like Cursor that uses AI via prompt to make things happen, like build this Minecraft mod. Listen, we made the model, we animated it, and using something like Cursor, an AI-powered IDE, to implement that into the game is not something that's a detriment to moving forward. It's something that's a progression. It's powerful. It's unlocking things. Like, this wouldn't have existed without it. And look at all of this. There's so much space in here that is still my own human creativity. It's just being like assisted by AI and like sort of boosted forward. And honestly, it's super fun to be able to just like create something like this in Blockbench, drag it into your AI powered IDE like phase 2 Bloxal, and then just load up Minecraft and see it in your game. Like, imagine the possibilities. If you wanted a zombie to have like 5 zombies spinning in a tornado, you type that into phase 2 of Bloxal, boom, launch your game. 5 zombies are spinning around. Like, that is the future. That is what's possible now. We have all of the technology in the world existing right now as we speak to be able to make something like that happen. It just needs to all come together. I saw Tubbo was doing stuff with servers. I feel like it would be really cool if we teamed up or something maybe and figured out how to launch the phase 2 and host AI maybe on his servers or something that could give access to users to power a Minecraft AI powered development IDE. Imagine you're a mod developer, you're struggling to update your version between Forge and Fabric or the latest Minecraft version. Phase 2 of Bloxal could probably assist you in one prompt one day. Just with the way AI is progressing at the rate it's progressing, it's truly amazing. And it just like sucks to see when people can't realize that. Like, look at this enchanted scarab talisman. I implemented this into the game using Cursor. 100%. Maybe some windsurfer, maybe some ChatGPT for some extra debugging, because, you know, not everything's specifically designed for Minecraft yet, which is the issue I would love to solve. If anybody out there has an idea on how I could really tie phase 2 together, let me know. But I want to get phase 1 out of the way, complete the automated texture generation. I also see a world where we could take something like Blockbench, tie that in with AI and automate that via prompt as well. And then just imagine like a whole fully streamlined process where we have agents automating each step of entity animations and everything. And then you're just the visual producer. This is for visual producers, people who want to bring things to life quickly and as cheaply as possible. This is to lower the barrier to entry. This is the YouTube versus big cinema. Really, like, think about it. Hollywood would spend thousands and thousands of dollars, millions of dollars making movies, and now YouTubers have stepped in and can get millions and millions of views with far lower budgets. And people could say, oh yeah, like YouTube's dumb, like it's not that cool, like why do you watch it? I watch TV. And it's like, it's a tool, it's a resource, and it helps me learn and get from A to B quicker. Which, you know, I've kind of been here for a while just trying to solve one thing. This is why vibe coding can still take a good amount of time if you really want to perfect things and you're trying to make a well-rounded product. I just want to really make sure the admin can have a good experience so I can really steer Bloxal in the direction it needs to go and can kind of see live how I can tweak things and maybe change some marketing, etc. I have some really cool ideas for marketing when it comes to Bloxal. I'm excited to show you guys the process of taking a prompt, creating a texture, modifying it to make it your own if you want, and then bringing that into something like Cursor, an AI-powered IDE, and bringing it to life and seeing it in Minecraft. It's really a great experience. And if you're already someone who has Minecraft modding experience, you know that feeling and you know how cool that feeling it is. And that's great. You've earned it even more if you've coded it yourself. But if you're someone who doesn't have any coding knowledge, this is going to be still a great feeling to use your imagination and bring things into Minecraft. So I can show you how to do that. It already is possible with something like Bloxal and Cursor. It's not all possible within Bloxal just yet, but the first stage is possible and the final stage is possible with something like an AI IDE like Cursor. And I do have some sauce tips that I can actually show you guys, some workflows to debug Minecraft, because a lot of times Cursor is not perfect. So there's some workflows I've developed that can really help you get the results you want. Okay, so I'm just gonna say this issue is persistent. Something's wrong, you're missing something. So I can go back and hopefully dive deeper into this issue. I don't know why it's having trouble loading the user's data because it was working before. But yeah, actually I think that's gonna be it for today's episode. I'm gonna solve this, and the next episode we're gonna be implementing Replit's auth system. I already have an auth system installed, so we're gonna go through transitioning that into Replit's new auth system that they just launched, and we're gonna see if it works good, if it really is as simple as one prompt implementation, if it's hard to control or manage. We have so much more to continue on and accomplish before Bloxal is launched, but I'm hoping to do it as quickly as possible. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode of Dev with Ja.